Good evening, everyone. Today is April 30th, 2026. I want to talk today about some things I've been feeling in the many years I've done this, and every once in a while you can prove yourself right, and it feels really good. I don't worry about what I can't control. I think I've made that pretty clear to a lot of viewers over my video presentations over the last 6 months. I don't worry about a 70-30 split. I don't worry about what the passenger pays. I can't control any of that. I have a range of dollars per mile that I will accept. I will go below that dollars per mile threshold when I think I can cultivate a private client, and more often than not, I am correct. And then sometimes you get a ride like this, which gives you everything. Enjoy. You can see this ride was 2 days ago at 10:14 a.m. This popped up as a reserve ride about 2 hours before the pickup. I really wasn't doing much. The original offer was $51.43 to go 65 miles. It's under my threshold, but it met my criteria. A private residence to an airport. That's where you get your clients, your repeat clients, your private clients. So yes, I could hear you guys now. $51 for 65 miles, and then he has to drive back. What an idiot. Well, let's see if you feel the same way 5 minutes from now. The person I picked up happened to be a JetBlue pilot, and I was taking him to MCO for a flight to Massachusetts. And he wanted to talk, and I began my feeling out process because I don't give my business card to everyone. I do profile people, not the way you would think. I profile them as if this is someone I would want to be a private client. Mind you, this is a regular Lyft ride, and he got a double upgrade going in a Lincoln MKZ. But there is no black in this market. So when someone gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So you can see the ride was about 13 miles longer. He had a preferred route. I never argue with a passenger. As much as I hate Lyft and Uber, when a passenger gets in my car, they're a passenger in my business. And I'm not there to argue with the passenger. I am there to cultivate a private client and hopefully build my private client business. So I look at this ride as marketing. This is free marketing from Lyft, and they paid me $51.43 to do it. So he had a lot of questions, and I provided the answers. And before we got on the highway, I was at a red light, and he asked me how much I was making on the trip. So if you're stopped, you can slide up, and I showed him $51.43. And he's like, "That's amazing." I said, "Why?" He said, "I paid $134 for this ride." I said, "That doesn't surprise me." I guess Lyft does do 70-30, but it's 70-30 in their favor. But again, usually I don't care about that. When I look at that as a businessman, when he told me that, I knew he was going to be my private client before he got out of the car. Because I could do the ride for $100, double my revenue, and save him $34. And have a friend who's a pilot on JetBlue, and who knows what that can lead to. But it gets even better. After this long conversation, I said, "Would you mind screenshotting your receipt to me?" Because I had to see it with my own eyes, and of course I wanted to show it to the world. So here's the first part of the ride. Now, why does it say upfront pay $56.57? Because when I took this reservation at $51.43, there was no bonus attached, and I did pick up a 10% turbo on the way to get him. Now here's the payout. Keep your eye on the $118.63, because this, while nothing ever surprises me in life, this is very disappointing. And for you sharp folks out there, you're going to understand why. Because we're supposed to get 70% of what the fare is, right? Yeah, don't hold your breath. So there's the base earnings of $51.43, the 10% turbo. And I guess it paid to take the route he wanted because he sent me a $26.80 tip. So right there, it took the ride above my threshold. I wasn't counting on that. But there's more. So keep the $118.63 in mind. This is his receipt. He did pay $134. I don't know what Dash Pass is, but I'm assuming they have some partnership with DoorDash. But that doesn't mean a hill of beans to me. The ride was $134, and they're basing their phony 70-30 off $118.63. Seem to lack a little morality there? I think so. But wait, there's more. So a lot of times on the Show Me the Money Club, my favorite show, never miss it, always watch the replay. Sometimes I watch it 3 or 4 times, and I always find new things that I missed. So this is his receipt. Now, often lately, the Show Me the Money Club has been comparing receipts of rides that are similar to show the price difference. Well, this was a reserve ride. The pickup time was 10:20 a.m. on a Tuesday, going to JetBlue. Well, I went on my app and I went to next Tuesday and I put in the same exact pickup address and the same drop-off. Keep your eye on $134. Look what the ride was for me. Same distance, same exact ride on the exact day at the exact time. $40 more. This isn't algorithms. This is theft. There's no other way to describe it. We drive for the lowest of the low. So a lot of you comment, well, why do you take this risk? You're doing this risk. Listen, when you represent the devil, you have to get down and dirty like the devil. I'll close with this. He took my business card. He's already sent me his flight information for the ride home. He's going to save $34. I'm going to make $100 instead of $51.43. And now I have a private client. That's business. I don't lose 1 ounce of sleep over it. It doesn't violate the terms of service. As far as I'm concerned, I hope Lyft takes 90% of the fare because I'll double my client base. Please comment, share your thoughts, share your common experiences. But Lyft, I would say you should be ashamed of yourself, but they don't have any shame. Neither does Uber. They will rip off the customer and they will rip off the driver. And only one thing will change this. Riders have to change their behavior and start using other methods. That is the only chance we have to get these companies to act better. Because right now they have no impetus to do it. Every quarter their ride count is up, their driver count is up, their revenue is up. As a retired executive, I can tell you the healthiest sign of a business is your foot traffic. They are not going to change course until ridership goes down. We have to do our part by informing riders in the most professional way possible. And, by the way, offer them an alternative. Get the credentials you need to do private rides. It's a worthy investment. Have a wonderful night.